Hello, hello. We are back. Framed. Episode 8. We are not in the usual spots today, out in the wilderness, because I'm a busy boy today. I didn't have the time, unfortunately, as much as I would have liked to get out and explore in the wild and film one of these, because that would have probably taken about 2 hours on my day. Right now I just can't be doing that, and I'll talk about why in a minute. It's very exciting. But first and foremost, I would like to talk about the last episode, because I wasn't very happy with it particularly. I received some positive feedback when it came to me being unfiltered and very honest about how I was feeling that day, which wasn't great. I was just annoyed generally, I think. Which just led to me being very critical of what I was saying and whatever, and having a bit of an outburst, just saying I didn't really know what I was on about and all that, which wasn't ideal, but it happened. Still loaded it. I was happy that I did still upload it, because that's important for me. Monday and Thursday, those are the days I've told myself that I'm going to upload. It's important for me that I do, because that's my commitment. So the reason I'm busy today, and also, funny enough, the reason I was very annoyed last time round, is because I've just got a new job. So I've got a new job as an appointment setter, a remote job, which is what I've been looking for ages. And why I was annoyed on Monday was because I wasn't getting anywhere with the job search, and I was having a very bad time with that, and I just didn't feel that. I felt like the world was against me for sure. It was not working out for me, and it was just being very tricky. But it is mental how things turn out, because that very night I get followed up by an American company which I'd already spoken to in the past, but I thought it was kind of dead in the water with them. But we're full steam ahead for a high ticket setting job, so super cool, starting that properly on Monday. But the reason I'm busy today is just the learning, getting the content down, learning everything I can about the product, etc. So I want to be putting a lot of my time towards that, so I can kind of excel. Now, I'm just happy to be moving up, going up in financially, because I've been at definitely a standstill for a while. Now, ultimately, if we want to talk long term, truly, even though I'm sat here with 22 subscribers, not averaging like heaps of views, I'd love to be able to do this full time. That'd be the goal. It really would be. So one day I would like to have this as my source of income and be able to do this full time, so I can focus on this and making it the best I can. But obviously right now that's not realistic, that's not happening. So we were looking for remote jobs which would allow me to travel while I work. So for example, move to Thailand and all of those things I want to do. And we finally found one. It was an absolute slog. Like, it was difficult as anything. Looking for remote jobs, if you've ever done it yourself, it's treacherous. It's like the Wild West. Like, it's so hard. I applied probably about hundreds of jobs. So many jobs. Especially the LinkedIn jobs are the worst. Genuinely, LinkedIn jobs are the worst jobs to apply for, even though they are like the most remote jobs are probably on there. It's just awful. Like, you check, uploaded 24 hours ago, already 100 plus applicants, and you're like, oh my god. It's no fun. But I'm just happy to be in a situation where I can now be working on something which is going to be making me some good money, so that I can start just having a little bit more freedom and not feeling as stressed money wise. That's going to be incredible. So I'm really happy about that. Now, I want to segue away from this topic, because I'm just filling in a little bit, what's going on with me. But now I want to talk about something which I've been thinking a lot about recently, and I've heard a few other people talk about it as well. So it intrigues me. I'm intrigued by it. But the idea is over optimizing in life making us weaker than potentially we were before, when we weren't doing all of these habits, if you get what I'm trying to say. For example, every day I do my breath work, right? That's just a habit I've picked up. I really enjoy it. It's important to me. But, so for example, I miss a day of my breath work. It kind of puts me down. It sends me a bit mad. So is it just making me weaker? The fact I'm doing good habits, but the fact I've told myself I have to do them every day, when obviously some days I'm not going to be able to, I do feel like that is just making me a bit less, I don't know, just fortified, mentally. Like, I'm sitting doing all these good habits, the eating clean, the working out, obviously. I wouldn't say working out really falls under the over optimizing, but like the breath work and the journaling and whatever. And the not drinking, not going out, that as well. No caffeine. I feel like by me doing all of that, I am just becoming a little bit more weak. So I'm trying to figure out what should give. Do you know what I mean? Like, what should I do? Should I take one of those fun hobbies back up? It's confusing. It really is confusing. Because ultimately, by forcing everything in my life to kind of be perfect in terms of like my routine and stuff, I feel like I'm just fucking myself over in the future for like if something goes bad. Like if something goes wrong in the future, I'm not going to be as prepared for it. Because it'll disrupt my routine. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, the other night I was out, and I don't go out, generally. I don't. Which is quite sad. And maybe about a year ago, no, a bit less than it, like about 10 months ago, I would have been more open to the idea of just going out. But more recently, I've just been completely shut off to it, meaning that when I actually do go out, I'm just like so anxious in like a social situation that involves like alcohol, and that's just sad, really, isn't it? That's just me ultimately becoming weaker. So I know for a fact that I need to put myself out there more socially, and it's not even just like going outside. Like, I'm fine with that, and like talking to new people. I'm also fine with that. It's just being in a social situation that involves drinking. Even though I don't drink, like I'll sit down and I won't drink, but if other people are stressing me out, I don't know why. So I feel like I wouldn't like to remain like that. I'd like to be able to put myself out there more and be a bit more respectful of what other people like to do, and not stop that. Not have that stop me from going out with them. If I think it's worth going out with those people. If you're following. I think this is making sense. It's just a funny one. It is a funny one. I'm not going to say I'm going to start drinking again, because the effects it had on me, obviously, it's a depressant, right? I got very sad because I would drink often and a lot. And honestly, the feeling I would have for about 3 days after, it'd be like a 3-day hangover, but it was different. It was like crippling anxiety after I would like drink a lot, and that's why I stopped, because it just wasn't worth it anymore. Like, it was just not worth it whatsoever. No fun. at all. And then also it was I didn't know how to just drink like casually. I would if I was drinking, I was getting drunk, and that was my sole objective. It wasn't like a social thing. It wasn't oh I like the actual drink. It was more just I'm gonna get drunk, which is not particularly good. Pair that with the how it made me feel the days after. I think it was a responsible idea for me to stop doing that. So I'm not going to start again. And every now and again, honestly, I might. For example, at a wedding, who knows, I might. Or if I feel like it's a special occasion where I want to, I will. I won't get pressured into it though, that's the thing. I'm not going to get peer pressured into drinking. But if it's a situation where I think to myself, yeah, you know what, I want to, then I will. And now I say that, I kind of realise that I'm a bit more lax with myself than I thought I was. Because I think what what I am realising now that I do speak about it out loud is maybe, potentially, hopefully, I'm not making myself as weak as I thought because I'm still kind of allowing myself a little bit of leeway in certain areas. Like drinking and also like the caffeine sometimes. But I've only had, it's about 2 months ago I stopped drinking caffeine. I've only had it once in that 2 month span. That's because that was a long story. Got kept awake all night, had to plan and not plan, but I had to sort out a 1-year-old's birthday party the next day. Make all the food and that. I needed the caffeine. But I think I do give myself a little bit more leeway. It's important for me just to be careful with that and make sure it doesn't go too far. Like make sure I don't actually start drinking again, or make sure I don't actually start having caffeine again, like properly. But I think every now and again, like by every now and again, I mean like once a year tackle, like really not often, but only when I really want to. Ideally, I'd like to get to a point where I just don't want to. Like it just doesn't interest me. Which would be ideal. Because I think the main appeal of alcohol to me in a social situation is just a bit of loosens you up a little bit. It just gets you talking a little bit more and being a bit more fun. Because I will admit, if it's a situation like that when other people are drinking and shouting or whatever, I am a lot more quiet and kind of like reserved. Whereas usually, to be fair, I'm very talkative. I like to, have a laugh and all that. But if it's in a drinking situation like that, I just kind of fade into the background, which kind of makes me envious of the people who are drinking and makes me think, oh, I won't mind a drink, so I can kind of be on their level. But hopefully, in the coming years, I can get to a point where I go out and I can be exciting and talkative without a drink, just confident enough to be on their level without copious amounts of alcohol. I would like that a lot, so I'm going to be working towards that. I hope this is all making sense. I hope it is. It's a funny one. It is a funny one. It's a bit of a confusing one, because now I say it as well, I want to get to a point where I never want to drink or never have caffeine. Is that just going to make me weaker? Who knows, honestly? We'll find out, innit? We'll find out. I think it's important to have small elements of leeway in your very strict schedule, just to keep you human and not make you weak. But, and I will caveat this, if all the good stuff you do is stuff you really enjoy, Like, you love that you don't drink. You love that you don't drink caffeine. You know, you love your breath work. You love your eating completely clean. Your fucking sunlight in the morning. Whatever, all the healthy habits you do. If you love that, and that's truly become like integrated itself into part of your life, then should you allow leeway? No, not really, because then you're just allowing leeway for things you don't enjoy. So it's a bit pointless. So if you genuinely, really, really get a kick out of it, and it like makes your life exciting and nice and fun, then just keep doing it. Keep rocking in the free world, because that's good for you. Whereas me, am I particularly happy I don't drink caffeine anymore? No, no, not really. I miss it. You know, I wish I could. Do I miss alcohol? No, not really. Not particularly. Only sometimes. But some people love that they don't do that stuff. And for those people, stick at it. Don't give yourself any leeway, because that makes you you. As I said, yeah, whereas for me I'm still wanting to drink caffeine. Even though I recognise the good effects of me stopping, but I still want to. But hopefully in time that will fade. I'm just talking to the Brian Johnsons of the world. That guy who's like over optimizing everything in his life to become like the youngest person he can be. He, even though to most of us, you look at his daily routine and you think, what the fuck is he doing? That must be the worst life. He must love that. Genuinely. He must genuinely get such a kick out of that. And that's what I'm trying to say. If that type of thing is what you enjoy, then don't stop it. Okie doke. But then for others, find some sort of a balance. Don't be so hard on yourself. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's an interesting topic, though. It really is. It's an interesting discussion, which I would have liked to share with someone. So the plan is for we're talking the future of these. I really want to start getting people on and speaking to people, even if that's strangers. I've always loved the idea of talking to strangers on this, which I don't think I might. I don't mind going up to people and just like random people and talking to them. It doesn't really bother me that much, actually. So I'd really like to be able to start talking to just a random people on this, to really get some unique perspectives, because that's what this is all about. It's framed, it's people's frame of mind. I don't just want to be constantly sharing my frame of mind. I would like to be in a position of listening sometimes and potentially providing new perspectives. But this me talking, just me, is good. I like it. But for me to start enjoying this more, and for this to kind of move into the 21st century, I think, excuse me, I need to start talking to people. Whether that's randomers, people I know, but I just need to have someone with me to bounce off of. Not like a co-host, but like just random people. Because those are the best type of episodes, is when you can learn things from other people. You can sit here all day and learn little bits from me, but eventually you'll exhaust me. Do you know what I mean? There won't be much else I can give. Or you'll just be so used to me. I want it to be fresh and interesting and exciting with these new people. When that's going to start happening, I don't know. Who knows? I'd like to get to a point where I know this is a bit copy, but it's not really. I'd like to get to a point where I've got a bit better equipment, better camera, better microphone. I'm not even using a microphone today because the camera's already close to me, so I'm just using the audio from my camera. But 2 microphones ideally, obviously. Better camera would be when I'll start doing stuff with strangers or guests. So hopefully that's soon, because now I've got my new job. I'm just going to be reinvesting money I earn into this, and a bit into savings as well. So So yeah, hopefully that can start happening pretty soon. And then instead of me just sat here kind of having a debate with myself, accidentally contradicting myself and then realizing, oh, maybe I'm wrong or maybe I'm right or whatever, it can be with another person. So it can actually make a bit more sense and it can be a bit more fluid. And then eventually maybe we can actually reach a conclusion. I'd love that a lot. That'd be very cool. Yeah, I've realised I've been looking to the left pretty much the entire time. Because there's trees over there. It's very nice. They have an overcast daylight, but we don't mind. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to draw a line underneath it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment, like, subscribe, please. You should do that. And comment as well, please. Because comments are feedback, and they're important to me. I love replying to them. And give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't like it. But also don't dislike it. But if you liked it, like it. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, year, life. Thank you.